that is made with love and blessing, better prepared to love you because of their love for each other. Encourage them to find happiness and fulfillment together. May they continue to establish a happy home where your presence will be found through study, through keeping of our tradition, and through the performance of Ma'asim Tovim, of good deeds. And whenever we reach a moment in our tradition which is new and which is sacred, we join together for a Shechianu. So I invite all of you to join along with us as we say, Baruch Atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, Shechianu v'kiyamanu v'higiyanu lazman hazeh. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, who commands us, who enables us, and who sustains us to reach these moments of joy and blessing. As together we say, Amen. So while I don't like being this short in front of you. That's not. I don't know. I'm taking a step here. I know. Not helping that you have these 4-inch heels on, but it's okay. Yeah. So first, I'm Jason Navarez. I'm the rabbi, and more importantly, my wife is probably Rachel's oldest friend here from childhood, and it has been a blessing to get to know both Rachel and Jacob, though I know the time has been long in coming, and that many know that is certainly the case. But we stand here where rain in our tradition is good luck, where the blessing of family and friends coming from all over the country to be here, surrounding you in love, the feeling of happiness and joy is palpable. And so today we celebrate with you. And I'll have the opportunity to talk with you in a few moments about who you are as individually and as a couple. But I wanted to take a moment to draw some connections to our tradition. And as you know, we just finished celebrating at the end of yesterday, the beginning of our new year with Rosh Hashanah. And we're currently in the midst of the days of awe, a time dedicated to turning, a time reflecting on ourselves and our actions, as well as making new commitments for the coming year. So this time of new commitments, a new chapter in your life, is certainly so apropos that it's perfectly scheduled within this time where we seek to begin anew. And there's a powerful concept that comes out of this time. In fact, it comes from Abraham, where we learn the word Hineni. And Hineni just doesn't mean you raise your hand like when you're in school and say, I'm here, I'm present. But it means all of my mind, body, and spirit is present for the other. Because the action and the concept of Hineni means that it forces us to make sacrifices for the other. And so today you stand under this chuppah, both wedded in that concept of Hineni, of coming together united to one another. So as we continue along the journey of this service and the journey of commitment into our Jewish marriage and tradition, that we know that each of you speak to each other all the time with that word of Hineni. I am here, mind, body, and soul, and I am present, waiting to be part of that commitment to you. Our traditional ceremony is divided into two parts, as you know. Oishim and Nisuin. Part of the betrothal, which in a few moments you're going to have the opportunity to say words, which I know you practice in one another. And then the Yisrad in our tradition with betrothal with the exchange of rings and the sacred words that bind the two together. And so in this union, the sacred work of creation goes on, where God joins man and woman, planting the divine likeness within each of them. Man and woman were created in divine image. Male and female, God created them. And may Jacob and Rachel's union animate the divine in each of them. And may each help the other to grow in God's likeness. First of all, that's you look awesome. Another chance to talk to you next door.
Richard, almost exactly 9 years ago today, you and I went on our first date. It was in Washington, D.C., We were both 23 years old, and we made ambitious plans. Sunday brunch in a restaurant near DuPont Circle, followed by a trip to the Corcoran Gallery, where we were going to see a Moreau exhibition called The Shape of Color. You offered me coffee, which I declined. I ordered a prefix for the first time ever, and you gently corrected my pronunciation of the words prefix. You were lovely and charming and more fun to talk to than anyone I had ever met. I mean, it's perfect, right? Except that two things went wrong. The first was that we never made it to the Moreau exhibition. Instead, we went to a bookstore and bought a copy of the Sunday New York Times and sat in DuPont Circle and next to the fountain Moreau for hours. It wasn't what we planned, but it was great. The second thing that went wrong was that I didn't know it was a date. Which was because I am an idiot. But you knew it was, and again, you were right. As the document I'm about to read clearly shows. If it pleases the court, I'd like to submit the following email into evidence. It's addressed to Jacob Gans, owner and proprietor, the world's scratchiest beard, Incorporated, 2800 Adams Mill Road, Washington, D.C., 20009. It's dated February 25th, 2003. It reads, Dear Mr. Gans, I would like to inform you that, subject to future revision but effective immediately, there will be no more kissing in our relationship. This unilateral ban has been imposed as a direct result of the following indisputable facts. A. You, Jacob Aaron Gans, choose to shave your beard only seldomly and according to personal preference, with virtually no regard for other parties involved. B. I, Rachel Ann Goldgunner, am a delicate flower with soft and sensitive skin. C. You, Jacob, and I, Rachel, frequently come together in a frenzy of kissing which can lead quickly, tragically, to injury. Therefore, I regret to inform you that you are hereby required to cease and desist all kissing activities and to take the time this moratorium frees up in your busy schedule to shave your damn face. I risk facing the days, months, and years ahead with no kisses to look forward to. Sincerely, Rachel Goldgunner. To this day, this is the best email I have received in my entire life. It's warm, it's familiar, it's quite sassy. I got it while I was at work, and it definitely made me blush. That was 8.5 years ago. In the time between then and now, we've lived on separate continents. We've crammed all of our books into our tiny Brooklyn apartment. We've had awesome vacations and crappy late nights at the office. You've helped me prepare for so many things that I never would have felt I could do, about which you never had anything. We've had so many good talks late into the night. We've had so many good brunches with so many people we love, and so many quiet, perfect breakfasts where I have tea and you try to convince me to drink coffee. I know some people talk about couples that were made for each other. I think you and I made ourselves for each other. We took long distance and bad timing and scratchy beards and ambition, and we made it into, I don't know, us, I guess. I love you, and I love what we made. I will keep having adventures with you, even if they're not the ones we planned. I will let you challenge me. I will tell you when I'm happy and when I'm sad, and I will listen to your wise advice even when it's hard. I will always take care of you, understanding that it means different things in different circumstances. I love you, and I promise that I'll always care.
We've had a long journey together to get here. I'm so happy to be here with you in this beautiful place, in front of the people we love most in the world. There have been a lot of questions to ponder and hard decisions to make in the last few months. I guess no one said planning a wedding was easy. But even in the midst of all of it, there was one question I did not need answered, and one decision that was never hard to make. I am 100% sure I want to marry you and spend the rest of our lives together. It feels amusing to be in that place. We were only 23 when we first met, just starting our adult lives, and at first it was a challenge to make things work across miles and oceans and personal goals, but we never gave up, and at a certain point I just stopped being able to imagine living my life without you. All I wanted was to have my adventures with you and about you, and I know it was the same for you, and then it was just a matter of time and logistics, no longer a question. And the people here today are part of our story. They're why we met, why we got together, why we stayed together, and why we're so happy together. Our relationship was born in a community. And I love that we were able to make this commitment to each other in front of that community. We were all standing out in the rain to watch us do it. And then we both value having a home we can share with the people that we love. When we got engaged, you gave me a painting instead of a ring. As usual, you knew me better than I even knew myself. I knew I didn't want a ring. I knew I wanted it to be something we could share, but I didn't know what. But you knew. You found the perfect thing for us. It's a print of glowing embers by an artist we admire. So now wherever we go, wherever we make our home, You will have a hearth to look at and gather in summer. I want you to know how incredibly lucky I feel to have found you and to be marrying you, and how much you challenge me, and how much I admire you. You are my dancer, and I love you more than any of these words can explain. I plan to spend our lives showing you who. I will keep having adventures with you, even if they're not the ones that we plan. I will let you challenge me. I will tell you when I'm happy and when I'm sad, and I will listen to your wise advice, even when it's hard. I will always take care of you, understanding that it means different things in different circumstances. I love you, and I promise that I always will.